Greetings to everyone present in this time. We will discuss the difference between language teaching and language assessment. The foreign language enables students to equip themselves with more communication skills and opens the way for them to understand other ways of life. Their intellectual development imposes on the students' double visions our life materialized sometimes in speech or two or three languages with all the advantages that it's in tries today. The success of teaching about language from the teacher and the students is conditioned by other factors that must always be taken into account. Uh, Learning a foreign language must always take into account several factors that make it easier or more difficult, depending on the situation. Many studies have been carried out on these factors and allowed a better understanding on the concept of foreign language learning by teaching professionals. In this sense, it is worth mentioning that some of these factors appear grouped into three categories: A. Biological, psychological factors, age and personality. B. Cognitive factors, intelligence, language skills, learning styles, and strategies. And C. Effective factors, attitudes, and motivations. What is language assessment? From communicative approaches and from the assumptions of the recitation theory, the evaluation in the language area assists in the follow-up of linguistic communicative learning processes and in the observations, constructive integration classes of pertinent knowledge for achieve optimities manifest in linguistic production, reception, and interaction. Assessing in the language classroom. The classroom is the space for communicative interaction. It tries to responsive aspects, linguistics, and interactions. Um, that is to say, the generic future of the evaluation in our subject lies in the observations of two overlapping interactive and communicative process. The linguistic, the pedagogical, which is the precisive and manifested in the linguistic actions that are simulated, developed in the classroom. It is important, although it is not easy to find the evaluation a linguistic performance in a real community situation. In order to appreciate the validity of the facts of the receptions, production in the programming function, otherwise evaluating the potential display or linguistic mastery will be little ease. It is not impossible to identify. It is a question of knowledge susceptible of adaptation to the various communicative intentions and effects. How do they inform each other? The teacher once long ago considered as the only a true owner of good knowledge and whose function was only to transmit. However, at present, given the enormous advances in science and technology, that role has changed. You're being leading and often impossible role to accessible route on fields. The function of giving improving the teaching learning process of languages, making use of countless strategies in make and developing the communicative part of the student. And uh, the role of the student is one of the main changes that has been achieved in language teaching. It is they who play a more active role since they will responsible for development of language skills, and it is who must give a better initiative in within the classroom. For students who study English as a foreign language, one of the most important learning is the classroom within which learning process takes place and which will be appropriated space in which necessary conditions will be given uh, so that make the opportunity to communicate in the English language. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.